Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Hilltopper Hooligans podcast, coming with you with a late one today, live from my garage, as I am joined with my cat in here right now. So if you hear a meow in the background, everything is okay. Anyway, I have not been on Twitter like crazy recently, but I have been on enough to see some WKU football news, and this is going to be a football podcast that we are having today. First off, we're going to start with an offer that the Hilltoppers offered a couple days ago. Lucas Coley, he's a quarterback. He's a follower of Christ out of Cornerstone High, 3-star 2021 class, and he's 6'2", 205 pounds. Right after we offered him, he got offers from San Diego State, Nevada, and Coastal Carolina. After we offered him, and we literally offered him yesterday. So he's received 4 offers in 4 days. I don't know what it is, but he's going crazy on the offers right now. So he could come to your city. He could come here, but we'll just have to see what happens with Lucas. But anyway, he is going to be big. We also have another recruit, 6'8", 350-pound sophomore. 350-pound sophomore, 6'8", from Ballard in Kentucky. He is an offensive lineman out of Ballard, and this man is he's ginormous, and he could be very special for this team coming up soon. He is Kiyaunta Goodwin, offensive lineman, left tackle for class 2021. He is a max prep product. He has offers from Alabama, Cincinnati. He also has offers from Arkansas, Cincinnati, like we already said, Florida State, Georgia, LSU, Rutgers, Syracuse, Tennessee, UK, U of L, and Western. And he just received his Arkansas offer. 12 D1 offers. This guy is just a sophomore. So that's a couple recruits that you can be informed with. Now we'll talk about a little bit of an article that Rick Bozich posted from WDRB News this morning. He posted the lines for the 2020 Men's Basketball Championship, which is Kentucky for next season, 14-1, Indiana 40-1, Purdue 45-1, Louisville 45-1, and Villanova, Baylor, and Gonzaga are the co-favorites at 10-1 odds. And for football, he also posted those two: Louisville at 200-1, Indiana at 300-1, Kentucky at 400-1, Purdue at 400-1. And Western Kentucky at 2,500-1. And our favorites coming in, he didn't put the favorites, but Western didn't have too good odds for football, but they don't know what they're talking about. Actually, they might, because in football we don't have a March Madness, so we can't go off. And the committee won't put a Conference USA team in because they're biased towards the big conferences, but whatever. Anyway, Zach Greenwell had a real good tweet today. Speaking of football, during this football podcast, he said he met his wife at a WKU Football tailgate on his Twitter account today. That was very interesting, and they're still married, dreams coming true. WKU is strong in Zach's life now. Stephen Hamby from WKU Football, he had a shout out on Twitter from Chelsea Vincent for helping assemble food boxes for families in need at Bristow Elementary School. So, good for Stephen. Thank you for helping out in the community. It's good to see when college athletes, they shine on the field, but they also shine in their community like Stephen has done today. Let's see what else is going on here. Big Red's in a big competition today. Yes, sir. He is putting WKU on the map today. If they had not heard of WKU before, And I'm on it with the voting. I don't know if you've voted yet, but go help Big Red right now. If you haven't yet, go do that, because we need to win another national championship, but this time for competition of the mascots. So go Big Red during this time. It's going to be awesome for him. And go Big Red, like we said. So take a little pause right now. Pause your podcast while you're listening. Go vote for Big Red during this moment, during this WKU football podcast. This is now a mascot podcast, I guess, as you will now go vote for Big Red as the WKU football mascot and as the champion, as he will be for the FBS in I guess 3 or 4 days now, but go vote right now. The 2017 football actually no. Since it's Throwback Thursday today, we'll give a little throwback to the 2015 college football team at Western, 2016 conference champions, both years. Those were very good teams. Brandon Doughty, Mike White. And I miss WKU all sports right now, specifically football and basketball. But we'll get it back soon. And it's very cool that pretty much when all this Corona stuff ends, we will have WKU football, hopefully, if the season doesn't get delayed. So, anyway, I can't wait for WKU football. Big Red is the best mascot there is in the country. And just great memory of Big Red whenever he went on the Ellen show a while back. And that was real fun, I thought. Okay, back to football now. We've gotten off on Big Red and Throwback Thursdays. We had another offer sent out today to Nicholas Hunter. He is, let's see what he is. He said blessed to receive an offer from Western Kentucky. He's a linebacker, another linebacker. Speaking of linebackers, we had big linebacking news today that we'll get to in a few minutes. He's also a defensive end for the class of 2021. Goes to Nicholas Hunter Hapville Charter School, I guess. Something like that. He had an offer from Tulane. He had an offer from Memphis, Eastern Michigan. Georgia Tech was his first offer. And he also had an offer from the University of Maryland. That's a big offer right there. Deshon Stoudemire also picked up an offer from WKU. Deshon's a wide receiver from Atlanta. He's an Atlanta baby, is what he said. He has a YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure, called The Real Show. Got an offer from Troy after we offered him on March 23rd. He is in JUCO right now, though, so he isn't even in high school anymore. He is now in JUCO. He was a JUCO freshman, so he'd be a transfer, and he's gotten those 2 offers that we've sent out to him. He'd be a wide receiver. I guess he'd have 3 years since he was a freshman, and he could transfer on over from the JUCO school. So the defensive line and the wide receiver both picked up offers from Western Kentucky. And, again, we need some help. We need some help. WKU football fans out there today, go vote for Big Red. This is the biggest WKU news going on right now. Besides the article from Rick Bozich today about the WKU football odds. So there is a chance that we can win the national championship. It's possible. 2,500 to 1 odds. It's possible. You never know. I guess if we beat every team by 100 and win every single game, we could be the national champions. But WKU basketball, WKU football fans, go vote today. It's a good time to vote right now. Eli Brown. Okay, we're now getting to the news today that I warned you of a few minutes ago. But it doesn't need to be a warning. This is some very good news. Eli Brown, WKU football linebacker, has been announced eligible. He's been granted eligibility as he'll get a redshirt season. Sorry about that. We had a bit of interruption. Anyway, Eli was granted a medical redshirt season by the NCAA today, and he will get a play next year. So that's really big. Our linebacking core is very set. So you heard it here first. The linebackers going into that first game, just tell them, just say, whoever you're sitting next to, say, watch the linebackers. And I need you to tell all your friends how elite this group of linebackers is going to work and how good they are going to be. Also, I don't know if you all saw this, but they're giving out tips, WKU football. They're doing like daily tips from a lot of the coaches and on the showdown to show off what they know about the game of football, and they're helping people out on Twitter that want to know some tips about some football. So would love to see some more of that from the WKU football Twitter account. Showdown football will start in August, hopefully. As we know right now, the season's still on, and my man Stephen Duncan will hopefully, I would think, will be the quarterback at least, because Ty Story isn't there anymore. Some tips. If you're a young football player, go look at WKU Football's Twitter account. And basketball, maybe they'll do the same thing with some tips and history. And for you all to enjoy today during this quarantine. So, as a fellow Hilltopper fan, I want football as badly as you do. I want basketball as badly as you do. So this is fantastic, the interactions that the Twitter accounts are having. And here we go during this time. Also, if you are really bored right now, there's a good COVID-19 article during this time of quarantine about WKU quarterback Kavaris Thomas from the Central Florida Sports. So you can go check out their Twitter account. And they have a great article that was posted about Kavaris Thomas. So that's all your football news today, and peace out.